Evening, guys. Hope you're all well. It's nice and sunny here in the UK for those that are in the UK, and it's now 1800 over here. So I just thought I'd do this Q&A mainly because the amount of people that ask me questions about Vegas and about how I do it, how do you afford to go so often, and things like that. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a Q&A on it. I've got some questions predetermined that people have sent in, and then I've got a few in the chat already off Simon. Um, so yeah, normally people are on beer or something when they do this. I'm on water because I've just got back from football, so not as much. Not I need to keep hydrated and that, and I've got a fitness test tomorrow, so I need to keep myself good to go. So to be honest, you guys, I'm gonna crack straight on. I'll go through the ones that have been sent first. I'll jump onto size as well so it doesn't get lost in the chat. And then at the end, I'll go through some stuff for those people that don't go to Vegas quite often and just to give them a background on that side of things. And like I say, guys, any questions, just whack it in the chat. And it's great. We've just hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you to everyone who subscribed. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. So I'll go to the first question. It's from Adam. He said he went to Vegas last month when he found out that he returned, that he had 460 points and he was short on Pearl on M Life. He doesn't know if it's a big advantage to get it and will not be back till next year. Probably a M Life rookie mistake. Josh, if you're in the UK, you don't intend on going back before the 31st of January next season. Yeah, you're gonna struggle to get them points. You're just short. There's nothing you can do about it, really. The benefits going to Pearl from Sapphire is minimal anyway. You'll get 10% extra on your slot play, for example. But Adam did say earlier on he doesn't play slots that much anyway. The only thing I can see that you're losing more than anything really is your complimentary parking. That's it really, to be honest with you, that I can see on that. So I'll just go to a couple of the chat ones now. Why are you wearing that awful shirt again, Matt Bridger? Quality shirt, this, Matt. Good luck in the playoffs, by the way. I hope Wednesday do it. I say that. I hope Wednesday do it. But then again, I want us to win the playoffs as well. So fingers crossed. We've got Forest, so I'm not holding my breath. So Sai said he's got a couple of questions. Who do you use for your fit to fly test and how much did they cost? And can you explain the latest process? He doesn't fly until July. He's hoping they've gone. So this time, because it was a last minute booking, I booked mine at the airport. I used Express Test because that's what Virgin recommend. I think it was £34 because they offer you a discount code. And I'll be honest, it was very, very easy to do. Booked it all online, booked a time slot. My time slot was 9:15. We weren't flying till 3:30, but I wanted to get there early, get it done. But I actually got there even earlier than that. I was there at 9:22. I literally showed them the code that I had to do the test, walked in. Within 2 minutes, I'd had my test, back out the door. 20 minutes later, I had my certificate saying good to go. And that was literally it on that side of things. Obviously, you still need your proof of vaccination status. I had 2 and a booster, so it was not an issue. And then if you want to talk recovery, I did recovery in December. So anybody who's ever recovered from COVID, you need a letter from your doctor. Plus, on the NHS app, once you've had COVID and it's been proven by a PCR, it pops up on your NHS pass. You need that and the letter. I'll be honest, if you're testing negative on a lateral flow, I heard people, I got mine for free, luckily. I heard people say 150 to £200 for a letter off their doctor. Don't do that, guys. Really, not for 35 quid for a lateral test. If you know you're going to test negative, then my opinion, obviously don't take this as gospel, would be to do that. But like Simon says, hopefully these go soon. Hopefully we don't have to do anything. And then obviously coming back now, there's no test, guys. Don't worry about having to take tests out there with you or anything like that. The second question is, saying at Mandalay Bay and Delano for 8 of our 11 nights, would you still rate these properties quite high as I last stayed in December 2019? I'll be honest, I love it. Sorry, my phone's locked. I need the questions. I love it there, to be honest with you. We've stayed at the Delano or Delano, whichever way you want to pronounce it, twice now. Once in December, we stayed there for 4 nights, and we stayed there for 3 nights in our strip in the February before COVID. I think they're all suites. I think they're really nice. I think the atmosphere, I like casino in Mandalay Bay. The only slight in it, there's not very much idle other than citizens. Going to stay in Mandalay Bay anyway on our next trip, so we'll see how that goes. I'll just look at the chat now. Gaz must have been alive at the Wednesday game on Friday. No, I do make shocking decisions. I've just been at Man City today, Reading Man City today. That's why I've got a bit of a burnt nose and drinking water. I think it's a good game. Hi, Stephen, you're all right? One from AJ there. Hi, guys. Do you have any other trips to Vegas planned this year? Yeah, we're looking at going in October. It's not booked yet. It'll be booked in the next month or so, I believe. Steph only likes to go in half term because, yes, my oldest is out of school. My middle child's GCSEs now, so she'll be done. But my youngest son, he's still in school, so she doesn't like taking him out of school or anything like that. And I offered Steph to go in April, and she said no. So I ended up on my own. But yeah, it'll be October, our next trip. So Matt Bridger, what was it you disliked about the Luxor, the room, casino? I suppose you actually disliked it as much as you did. It's always been a decent option for me, albeit slightly budget. I'll have to admit, 2 seconds. And Steph will tell you this. I'm a bit of a hotel snob. I'll be up and honest. I prefer to pay a bit extra for a room. If I was in the UK, for example, I'd pay a bit extra in London if I was staying in London and that. It wasn't so much the room and the casino. I don't mind the casino, and I'll be honest, I love the public house there, especially if you use the Mice Vegas app, where if you spend $40, you get $20 off. So I like there. I love the bar. I like a lot of any casino that's got a centre bar. I love sitting in the centre bar, things like Mirage, obviously the Luxor and a few others, and I like the bar in Park MGM as well. I like it for that side of things, but this time, my biggest one was the smell of weed. Now, I get it, everyone to their own, it's legal and all that. I personally hated it. It was absolutely killing me at times. I'd walk out of my hotel room for the first day or so, and that's all I could smell. And I just don't like it. It's not for me. Outside the casinos, it's free for all, you know what I mean? Anybody can do it if they want to, but I didn't like that side. The room was all right. It was a basic room. At the end of the day, I can't complain. I got it for free. And I think if you get in a free room, you can't complain too much. And I'll be honest, I didn't go down and complain at reception. I probably could have. Would I stay at the Luxor again? Probably not. But that being said, if I'd asked to stay in the tower or something like that, it might not have been that way. I might have just had a bad experience. The other one was when it came to check out the queue. Now, I did mobile checkout in the end, and then I wanted to leave my bags because I wasn't going till our flight was 7:30 that night. So I wanted to leave my bags. There was about 40 to 50 people, if not more, in that queue. So to be honest, I'll be blatantly honest what I did. I got my bags, walked down to the Delano and left my bags at the Delano desk, gave them a tip and picked them up from there at the end. So yeah, I don't think I'd stay at Luxor again. But then again, if I was only getting comp rooms at Luxor, trust me, I'm not going to turn them down. You know what I mean? Just have a look. Steve Gale, were you upside down Banjo at any time during this trip? Upside down. So it's upside down turbo, Steve. I was down to turbo. Egg Banjo's a bit different. But yeah, cheers, Steve. The one day when I met Matt, we'd had quite a few at the boxing. Then when I left Matt, I went to the chocolate bar. I had a couple at the chocolate bar. Then went over to Public House, had a meal with a beer there. And for the first time ever in Vegas, I went to bed for an hour. And I've never done that. And I was pretty steaming that night. And then the night I met Martin and his missus. So I went down to Resorts World, met up with Lee, and we were smashing drinks back there, espresso cocktails at the bar, the lot. I got back, sat down and had a couple of drinks with Martin. I don't know if Martin noticed this. I was steaming. Absolutely. When you sit there, you think, flipping heck, I'm drunk here. It was pretty much where I was. So yeah, a few times. Simon Pratt, thanks, guys. We have an excessive king at Mandalay and hopefully full prayer and no results fees. Cheers for your thoughts. Yeah, the scenic suite's amazing. Ryan, the Diablo's my Vegas coupon along with Public How my face. Yeah, they're a brilliant offer. It's like you say, I think I had nachos, and I mean, you know, it's like in America, literally up here, plate up here, and also I had a massive burger and 2 beers, and I think it cost me like $25, $30. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't much. Hi guys, what my Vegas perks do you tend to go for? So, and that's from Dave. Dave, what I usually go for, I always do the 40 for 20 at Public House. If I'm staying down that end of the strip. I also like, so they used to do, which I believe it was either $50 or $100 in bar credit. I used to get them all the time because I thought that was good. I think you used to get like 2 buckets of Budweiser with 5 or 6 Budweiser in, left there steaming many a times. And to answer then, I usually get like the buy one get one free at the bars because I like to sit at the bars, or free cocktail here, free cocktail there. I don't usually go for the food. I use that one this time. I think it's 20% off, and that. So yeah, that's not too bad. That one. But yeah, they're the only ones I really use, Dave. Gary Lambert, hi guys. Sorry I missed you last month. Hopefully we'll meet up later in this year. Yeah, definitely, Gary. We did miss each other. Obviously, we met each other in December for like 20 minutes before Handpay Galore happened. But yeah, I've got a few questions off Gary. I'll jump onto Gary's questions now when I can find them. Yeah, so guys, he says, I've never stayed at Luxor. Would you recommend it? We've already gone into that. I know you said on the vlogs there's a bad smell of weed in the property. Are there any MGM properties you wouldn't stay at? No, to be blatantly honest. If somebody's offering me a free room, even though I didn't like the Luxor that much, I'll stay anyway. If it's free, it's free. You know what I mean? We can't complain with the free rooms, really. Do you try to stick to a daily gambling budget while you're in Vegas? So normally, me and Steph, what we do is, and I know some people do it, some people don't, 2 seconds, is I split all my money down. And it's usually anything between, depending on what money's like at the time, between $500 and $600 a day. We took a bit extra at Christmas. We went up to $700, but that's because we were doing Christmas shopping and things like that. So I split it down, but the way I do it is, if I've got, say, normally our flights come in late, so I only had $300 for the first day this time, but that was fine. I'll use that $300, and once that's done, it's done. I won't go back to the safe. But what I do, say if I win and I've got $600 left after the end of that day, and I'm back in my room, gone to bed, got up the next morning, I'll still get that $500 out and put it in my wallet and take a bit extra for that day. Caveat to that, we had a couple of good days at the start of the trip in December, and I was leaving money in the safe for the next day, to be honest with you. And that was the one time I went back to the safe. I'd cleared my budget for that day, plus what I carried over from the other day, from the day before. But I still had money from the day before that sat in the safe. I went up, got $250 out of my room, came back down, and to honest, I think I went back up with $300-400 anyway. So, but yeah, I do have a daily budget. I do stick to it. But the resort credit and that helps out anyway. But that's all in. So when I say 600, 700, 500, that's everything. That's food, drink, shows, the lot. We're quite rigid with it, to be honest with you. So we'll go back to the chat. Matrix 2021. Guys, who's your favourite slot manufacturer? I'm trying to think now. Probably Aristocrat, I think. Don't really like the Keone games. I like the normal ones, Dragon Link. I've gone off Buffalo a bit. I'll be blatantly honest. I have gone off Buffalo a little bit. Gone a bit off it. Don't play that as much now. So I don't like the new one because I think Matt, it was Matt that actually said it to me. And I thought, you know what, that's a fair point. You've got too many games within one game, so they're all blocking each other at times. So I get a bit frustrated with the new Buffalo one. Favorite game? I like Dancing Drums, and I always end up on Dragon Link. I'll be blatantly honest. I always end up at Dragon Link because it consistently pays out eventually. I love Diamond Queen and things like that, but let's be honest, I think people say you got to put about $1,700 through that to even get any chance of a bonus at times. So I don't really play that. Next one. Hi, what's the best drink at the chocolate bar? From Layla. Layla, to be honest with you, right, when I went there was two options. Two seconds. One was a chocolate martini and one was a Reese's chocolate martini, and all the others were blanked out. And I've got a drama, I'm allergic to nuts, so I had one option. I had the chocolate one, the chocolate vodka one, and it was nice, really nice, strong as well. They're really good. That's what I had. David, okay, where did you find the worst drink service? Luxor wasn't too bad first night, actually. Drink service was okay in there. I think when me, Matt, and Danny was in there, I don't know what it was like that night. I can't remember. Did have a very good drink service at Park MGM. Mandalay Bay. I've never had any dramas. That's good. Traffic Whale. New York's always good. I've never had a drama in there. MGM Grand is good. As for the worst, probably there then. Georgia, actually, you know, I did a bit of gambling in Excalibur, and I never had one drink in Excalibur, I don't think. I'd have to look back through the videos. Yeah, Dave just said that part was the worst for us. I know when I stayed at Nomad and that, the drink service was really good. I have noticed if you're in that casino, the same casino consistently, 9 times out of 10, you're always... You seem to recognize them. The waitresses recognize you. If you tip them well and bounce, I think you get better drink service. And like most people say, best drink service I've ever had, other than the first night. When I said this to Matt, Steve, and Ben, it was Downtown Grand. The first night we stayed there in December, the drink service was shocking. Really, I don't think I had one drink all night. And then I think it was midweek though, and things like that. But then, ever since that first night, every single night, the drink service was on point, literally stacking at times. And to honest, it was same in Mandalay Bay in December as well, really stacking. So, yeah, drink service is hit and miss, but I don't think it's that. Yeah, I've never come across really, really bad drink service, to be honest with you. Layla, also, how does resort credit work? We're going on our first comp trip in July, but not sure where you can use a resort credit and how to do it. So if you're saying at MGM Rewards, automatically on check-in, your resorts credit's on. And then it's literally I always ask first. So any MGM property, so they take things away like your food courts, you can't use it. But all your bars in there, your restaurants, things like that, you can use your resorts credit. But you need to bill it to your room. And what you'll notice on the app, the good thing about the MGM Rewards app, you'll know when you've gone over your resorts credit, because what it'll do is it'll show 0 until you go over, and then once you go over it, you'll see it accumulating, and it accumulates quite quick. As in, once you go over that 0, or as soon as you bill something to your room, if you haven't got resort credit, you'll see it within minutes. Absolutely gleaming how MGM Rewards do with their app. I think it's well better than the Caesars app, I believe. Next question. I love Angel. Matt, no, you bloody told me. Well, I did last. Do you think service will improve in queues now that Josh Mullen is manning the titles? Glenn, I'll be honest, I ain't got a clue what you're on about. I do apologise. Josh Mullen? Help me out if anyone can. Danny, why were all the Bridges group pools losers? I think to be honest, I don't think Matt does too bad normally, because I'm thinking of all the group pools I've ever watched at Matt's, and I think you've only had a couple where you've not hit a thing. But hey, Danny, next time, yeah, 100%. And congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't always subscribed, get on Vegas Introvert. He puts some really class content out. I was always better gambling alone, Danny. True. Even took down Sweet Diane. Resorts was notably poor for us. So I've only been to Resorts World twice. One thing I do say is, if you're a Brit, you need to take your passport with you. I hated it. I felt uncomfortable a bit all night having my passport in my pocket. As soon as I got back to Luxor, it went straight in the safe. The drink service, was actually all right there, and they push it. So if you want a beer, say you want a Budweiser or something in a can or a bottle or that, they've got a trolley that they push around, and it's so quick on the drink service. Like Budweiser, yeah, thank you, and down. So yeah, I think I thought Resorts World weren't too bad. I don't know what anyone else has had over there, but yeah, it's always been all right to be honest. Resorts World. Might bring Mandalay Bay on Hampay now. It was the best drink service I ever experienced. Mind you, we were tipping heavy. Yeah, we were tipping heavy, and that was. We were literally stacking beers. Did you even turn one down, Matt? I'm not sure. You might even turn one down at one point, because I know I did, because I had 3 in my hand and she offered me another one. I'm like, flipping heck, you just want us to gamble all this that we've won. What a night that was. What's the biggest jackpot you've won? Was it that epic night with the lads? I hit over $900 once on a bet, AJ. So, yeah, let's be honest. There won't be many people that could have a night like that we had. That night was epic. We couldn't believe how we did that night, to be honest with you. We literally, I can't remember if we started with 100 or 200 in each. And then we hit that Hampay at about 3,500. So I'd never hit a Hampay before, group pull or on my own, never hit a Hampay. And then normally we'd like, yeah, let's stop there. We're done kind of thing. But Jules kept us going a little bit, to be honest with you. So we tried another machine, and we were only on I think we only put another 200 in. I can't remember if we only put in what was left in the machine, I believe. And we just kept going and going. And the thing is, and I don't know if you can see it from the footage, is yes, we got 6 Hampays, but we weren't losing in between that. We were hitting. We had probably about 2 others that were close to Hampays, over 1,000, between like 900 and 1,200. We were hitting that as well. So that night was epic. I think it was 11,500 nearly between the 5 of us. To have another night like that, I don't think it'll ever happen. I'll be blatantly honest. And it was a great night. Great to be with the lads. Poor Steph was sat there because Steph stopped drinking about 11, 12 o'clock. She weren't feeling the best, and she was there with the ITIN numbers and everything like that. Just making sure that all the paperwork is in order and things like that. But yeah, that was a great night. Like I said, the drink service was amazing. Champagne. We were having champagne in the high limit room, just bringing it to us, and we only did one machine in the high limit room. In fact, no, we did 2 actually. We did Cleopatra, one a bit on that, and then we did the old Diamond Queen as well. Yeah. So the biggest jackpot I've done on my own is, well, it's not really a jackpot, but the biggest win I had, I think I hit it. So it was Walking Dead on 75 cents a spin. Came up with this machete thing. Biggest symbol times 25, and it was $700 odd. I couldn't believe it. I've hit a couple of 900s as well now. I'm pretty sure I've hit on my last trip, the last day at Mandalay Bay. I'm pretty sure I hit about an $900, and that's happened both last trips actually now, because both the time same carousel. Last 2 trips in Mandalay Bay, I put $100 in and walked out with over $1,000, and that's happened twice, both on the last morning of the trip, and that was brilliant because I came back with $1,100 this time, and I got Steph some presents. So she was thinking of She was thinking of nice presents and things like that. But that AJ, that $900 on a dollar bet, that's good, that mate. She took me down there. Steve, let me just go back onto these now. Just pull these up. My phone's now stopped, and now it wants me to type this in. Do apologise. First time, by the way. That's my excuse. Major 22 on Kev. When in October you think of going and the lads coming as well? I know Ben's out there, but I can't remember the dates. Ben's out there at some point, but I'm not 100% sure when. We will be, so school's finishing on the 19th of October, so we might fly out that week. I've been looking at hotels already. There's something on the 22nd, 23rd in Vegas because you can't get a comp room. I'm talking, I think for the 2 nights that weekend, you're talking $400 total plus resort fees on top. So plan is, hopefully, we're going to go for 7 days. If Downtown Grand will comp me that weekend, the plan will be to fly out on the 19th, 20th, do 1 or 2 nights on strip first, go to downtown Grand for 3 days over them weekends, over that weekend where I can't get a comp room on the strip, and then come back to the strip for the last night or 2 nights, depending on how it works. If we say 1 or 2 nights on the strip first before going downtown. So yeah, that's where we're thinking of going, Kev. I know Matt said on his on the end of his last vlog, he's not even looking past August yet because he's got July and August. So we'll have to see. Hopefully we can get out there. We'll see what happens, Kev. Sabrina, hello. I enjoyed watching the vlog on and a great win on Dragon Link on your last day. Greetings from the Netherlands. Hi, Sabrina. Nice to meet you. Yeah, it was a good look on Dragon Link on the last day. Guys, I play a lot of bar top games. Drink service never an issue when sitting at the bar. Oh yeah, so that last night, 2 seconds. That last night in New York, I've never had it. I've never really seen it until this trip, where you've got slot machines and Buffalo and things like that at the bar. And I think Matt sacked it about 1:30. I played him on a bit till about 3 o'clock in the morning. I sat at the bar and I thought, I'll have a drink before I go. I sat at the bar, put $20 in, 40 cents a spin on Buffalo. 6 o'clock in the morning I left. Drink service on tap. Quick as anything. I do say that one thing I will say, New York, there was a guy next to me playing, and he wanted I think he wanted a rum and coke or something like that. They wouldn't comp him that. Don't know why. He put $100 in the machine. I put 20 in. I just asked for a Budweiser. So there must be some sort of rule in there where they won't comp spirits and that, but they'll give me Budweisers all. And I left there. I was betting 40 cents, and I left there with $100. And I was drinking, and I didn't leave till 6 a.m. And then slept till 8. I had to get up 2 hours later. Probably wasn't the best. Seeking Vegas Sunrise, great set of videos this trip. Great to see you back in Vegas. Yeah, it was brilliant to be back. I talked about a solo trip for quite a while, and Steph, I'll be honest, Steph was a bit like this with it. And in the end, she just said, look, just go. And I literally booked it on the Saturday or the Sunday and flew on the Wednesday. But yeah, it was great to be back in Vegas. Really enjoyed it. A lot of people have asked me, how did you find the solo trip and stuff like that? You know what? Didn't bother me one bit, to be honest with you. I did a lot more walking, I have to admit. I enjoyed walking the strip and things like that. It was nice to be back in Vegas, as I said in the vlogs, that it wasn't too cold or too hot, because I think normally we end up in February. We go in February quite a lot. Two of our trips have been in February. We've been in August, which is Steph didn't like August. I was lucky. I'd come off a 30-day exercise in Canada where it was absolutely boiling. So I was kind of acclimatized. I literally flew from Canada back to the UK, did 2 days in the UK and flew back. So it didn't affect me too much, the heat. But yeah, Steph didn't do August. But yeah, it was brilliant to be back in Vegas. Robert Day, where is best to go and play a daily tournament for Texas No Limit Poker? We are going 29th and also stay in the Luxor, but in a stairwell room. What's your thoughts? Rob, I'll be blatantly honest. I do know how to play poker, but I've never played it. I've never even played it on a table, to be honest with you. I'll be honest. I know I watched quite a lot of stuff on Vegas. I've heard a lot of the poker rooms are going. I've heard it's somebody else. I'll be honest, Rob, somebody else would have to give you advice on that. Stairwell rooms. I've stayed in a stairwell room at the MGM, and they are nice rooms, mate. Stephen, tell us about taxes on hand pays and what we need to do to avoid them. Right. I'll be honest, I've not had much experience with this, only through talking to other people like Matt and things like that. So obviously, over $1,200, if you're a US citizen, you've got to pay tax on that, and then you have to do a tax return and stuff like that, I believe. For us Brits, some casinos, I know all the MGM properties do it. I saw it firsthand with Steve when he hit his one in Resorts World. They'll do all the forms for you because you need something called an ITIN number. So once you've got the ITIN number, I think they last for 3 years. Somebody else might be able to give more direction on that. I think they last for 3 years, as long as you, or they keep going as long as you use them. So if you use them more than once, then they'll just keep going and going. But yeah, you need something called an ITIN number. I haven't got one because I've never had a personal hand pay. But most MGM properties, I don't know what Caesars are like. I know some of the downtown properties won't do the paperwork or anything like that, and then they'll take the tax out, and then you've got to claim it back. Speaking to other people that have been taxed, it takes a lot of time and effort to get it back. That is what I've heard, but I've not personally had the experience of seen people have to pay tax, because everyone that I've ever won a hand pay with has had an ITIN number or has been American. So that's all I can say on that, really, Steve. Is, like I say, it's more if you're gambling in an MGM property, I wouldn't even worry about it, wouldn't even think about it. There you go. Matt's just said there, gamble anywhere on the strip aside from Caesars properties, with the exception of Palace, Emily Eye, Phoenician, Win, etc. all okay. Avoid downtown. Yeah. There you go, Stephen. Like I said, Matt knows more about it because he's got an ITIN and things like that. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, Steve. Yes. Sorry, I could give you a bit more info there, mate. Dave, so did you at any point feel like you may perish? Is Vegas after so many days, lack of sleep and exercise, drinking? I saw a great comment from Matrix where he was there about the lack of vegetables. I'm not usually too bad. When I'm in Vegas, I'll go to 3-4 in the morning, have 4 hours kip and turn round, and it doesn't affect me. Food wise, I'm usually all right. Sometimes first day or so, it takes me a while to get into eating. I'll be blatantly honest, but I'm usually all right. Reference getting to, I don't really, lack of sleep never really bothers me. I'm used to a bit of sleep depth and that, so it doesn't bother me that much. I have to admit, we did 10 days in December, and the maximum we'd done up to that point was 6. I was starting to feel it a bit at the end, not so much because of lack of sleep, more to do with, I think my liver had given up by then, to be honest with you, the amount of drinking we were doing. But this time it was either the last morning, I was still good to go. I didn't go to bed till 6. I was up at 8. Don't get me wrong. If you speak to Lee and Anna Hastings, they will tell you I was flagging. I was tired and feeling it at the airport. More hungover, I think, more than anything, to be honest with you. I was feeling it at the airport there, but that was 5 days solid. I wasn't going to bed till 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning at times. But it was only a 5-day trip, 4 nights, so it wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. How much will I gamble to get a free room in Vegas? From Amanda. Amanda, I'll be blatantly honest, right? I don't know how they work it out. I've spoken to people who gamble more than me and don't get as good as offers as me. I've spoken to people that get some amazing offers and they don't gamble that much as well. I generally sometimes think they do this. Yeah, you can have that. That's what I think. I know that's not factual. It's on something called your daily theoretical. Like I say, Amanda, I don't gamble that much. Really, like I say, I'm limited to $500-$600 a day usually, and I get four nights comped, fully comped in at 90% of the year in any MGM property. That's including results fee because I'm cold. So I've never really, I never up on there. Downtown Grand now give me free rooms, and that as well. But it depends on. Caesar seem really good to give you an easy free room at properties. I only put $100 in, as in I only went into Caesars with $100. I didn't get a bonus the whole time this trip, and even then I've got Bally's and Rio as an offer, and that I know they're low end, but that was on $100. So try Caesars, try MGM rewards, and see how it goes, Amanda. Kev, Dave's going, I have some tomato soup on the last day. Does that count? You're going on about vegetarian, aren't you, Kev? Bloody hell. My food, to actually food wise, if it's me and Steph, we're quite happy. Normally I'll get something small in the morning. I'll usually have a bagel. We might go to a buffet breakfast. We've done MGM Grand buffet breakfast. We did before. I might do that. And then food wise, I usually like to sit down for a meal once a day. And then we usually do one big meal. We always end up at Gallagher's. We tried to get into Prime this time in December. We did and couldn't get in. It was like I'd have a bagel first, and I'd just go and I went in Tap for a burger because I wanted to watch the football. I went to Public House because I had the offer, and stuff like that. I just eat whatever it is. Danny, how did you find the quality of guest service? I thought people were so angry. Asked Matt about me wanting to even kill the robot for renewing the car. Quality of guest service. When I checked in, she was really good at the Luxor. I'll give her that. At the public house, the waiter service was really good in there. Even had a conversation with him. He was nice, brilliant service in there. Went down to, where else did I sit down? Tap, MGM Grand. Service was good in there as well, to be honest with you. Barman in there was good. Like I say, I thought the queues were shocking at the Luxor that last morning, but other than that, Danny, it weren't too bad, to be honest with you. In fact, the barman at New York, right, was that night we were there, where I was going up to get drinks off that guy, and he was there still at 3 o'clock in the morning, Danny. He was a grade A knob. I'll be blatantly honest. I thought his attitude was stinking. I felt like I was putting him out every time I asked him for a drink, to be honest with you. And even the guy next to me when I sat at the bar later on that evening, he was complaining and that about him as well. To the end, I was turning to the other guy rather than him, because I just thought he was, to be honest with you, bellend. Sorry for swearing. How do you find if you have a comp rooms with M Life? So Flaming Mode. So there's the app. So you can get your card, whack it in there, register for an account with your card number, and then it'll all come up on there. If you haven't got the app or you can't log in or anything like that, especially if you're in America, just give them a call and just go onto their guest reservations, give them your M Life number and your MGM rewards as it is now, and just ask. That's the way mine come up on the app at the top, and it's so easy to book a room. Even here over in the UK, to book a room on that app, it's so easy. It's literally, you just go on, click your offer that you've got at that time, and job's a good one, to be honest with you. They're booked, enter your credit card details, even though it says 0, they'll hold a credit card, press enter, nothing billed. Job's a good one. So, Roy, did you manage to check out Palazzo? If so, what do you think of it? We're heading out there on the 4th of July. I'll be honest, this trip, I did not go past the Bellagio. Did not go past it. I prefer South Strip. I'll go up to the Mirage every now and again, because I'm MGM Rewards predominantly. I don't really go up that way. I've been in the Palazzo and I've been in Venetian. I think they're really nice hotels. Never really gambled there at all. So I've never really been in. I've walked through the casino, but I don't even think I put $1 in there, to be honest with you. So I can't really comment what the Palazzo is like. I like it as I love the centre court in there. I can't remember what it's called. They've got some nice cafes and things around there, and it was really good. It is a nice hotel, but I've not stayed there, so I can't comment too much. Laura, you all right? Were there points where you felt a bit lonely during the solo trip? Any advice you'd give to someone considering a solo trip to Vegas? Just joined, so maybe being asked. No, it hasn't been asked, Laura. Thanks for asking. Hope you're well, and I enjoyed some of your live streams that you did while you were out in Vegas the other month. That was really good, especially the ones downtown when you were in front of the bar, this stage. Did I feel lonely? I didn't, to be honest with you. The caveat to that is I had arranged pretty much at least every day I'd meet somebody at some point. I'm a Yorkshireman. I love to talk. As you can tell, we're 40 minutes in and I'm still talking. I love to talk, so I'll talk to anyone. I'll sit at a bar. I'll go and play. I played roulette once this trip as well. I always play roulette at least once on a trip. And I'll just talk to people there. I like to talk. A bit full on sometimes, I'll have to admit I am. Danny and Matt might tell you that. But yeah, I didn't see it lonely at all. I did, like I said, Laura, I did a lot of walking. I did more walking than I normally do. I think I did 16K one day, just walking about, because I like to walk and just be in my own space. I'm quite happy in my own company as well. Yes, I like to talk and meet people and things like that, but it doesn't bother me being in my own company either. But yeah, go for it, Laurie. But Ben said to me, he goes, Gaz, because it was on and off for quite a long. He goes, Gaz, just do it. Just go. You're not going to know until you try it. And to be honest, I'd do it again. I'll quite happily go again. So yeah, go for it, Laura. Yes, yeah. Cosmo is now an MGM property. Sad to see Mirage go. I'm looking forward to Cosmo being an MGM property, to be honest. I know a lot of people aren't. I like it in there. I like that it can be a bit loud and a bit full on times, but the majority of the time I like it in there. I'm glad it's going to MGM Rewards because I might actually get some comps there, because no matter how much I spend in there, how much I gamble in there, I've never, ever got a comp in there. So it'd be nice to go in there and actually get a comp, hopefully. Don't know what they're going to be like. Let's be honest, none of us do. We'll see what happens. Basically, I found a difference between December 21 and February 22 with the service. It has improved now, but I feel the same from a few guys at the bar back in December being really unfriendly. So we obviously went in December, and then in April, I didn't notice a difference to me personally, other than that one guy at New York. But yeah, I didn't notice much of it. It was nice this time, though, not to have to worry about masks at all. The day before I flew out, they got rid of masks on the plane. I don't mind wearing it. I'll do anything to get to Vegas. But 10.5 hours on a flight with a mask on was hard graft, to be honest with you. It did help, though, that me and Steve were propping up the first class bar for bloody most of the flight out there. So that helped. Amanda, I'm heading out 4th of July. I'm booked with Planet Hollywood for 5 nights. Do you have any idea what's the best to do in this hotel? Steph will tell you straight away she loves the Miracle Mile shops. The thing I like about Planet Hollywood, I've never personally stayed there, but I like the Miracle Mile. You've got Blondies, you've got flights. Blondies, when we was in there for the boxing, it was quiet at first. When we got in there was probably about 2 or 3 tables full, and that was it, because we wanted to watch the undercards and that. And then by the end, you'll see you've probably seen it on both of our vlogs. Oh, it was buzzing in there. The atmosphere was amazing. Yes, they charged us $60 to go in, but it was free drinks. Yeah, there was only 1 or 2 waitresses pouring us drinks. But if I was back in the UK, I would have paid 30 quid for the flight. So what's that for the fight? What's that? 35 quid, $40 nearly. I reckon I definitely had more than $20 worth of drink in there, so it was worth it. Flights is amazing. If you like cocktails, go to Flights. Their cocktails, I think it's free for a tenner in happy hour. They're really strong. Me and Steph sat in there the February before lockdown and really loved it. And like Laura says there, PBR in Miracle Mile is good. Yeah, it is good. And the breakfast in there, I can't remember, but it was definitely less than $10 for me and Steph to have breakfast and a coffee in there. So PBR is all right as well. But yeah, I've never stayed there, Amanda, so I couldn't comment on that. How close do all you Brit vloggers live to one another? Seems like you all travel close to one another. So I'm near Stonehenge. I'm probably about 5 minutes from Stonehenge. Steve's about 2 hours. About 2 hours from me, 2.5 hours, I think Steve is. I went down to see him the other week. I'll be honest, I can't remember. I had a football game down there, so popped in to see Steve. Matt's obviously London way. Ben's on the outskirts of London. So we are pretty much all based south. We meet up in London more than anything, to be honest with you, because I get to London on a train in an hour from Andover. And then I think Ben's less than that, and then obviously Matt's even less than that. Steve's the one that has to travel the furthest, and that. So, but yeah, we do live fairly close together. Laura, it's all a blur. Yeah, it usually is for me. Introverts think all extroverts talk too much. Yeah, sometimes, Susan, but I know I do. I know that for a fact. See the Laura PBR Miracle Miles laugh. Yeah, like you said, Oceans 1, 2, 3 for $10 too. Didn't know that, Laura. I'll be honest doing that. So I'll just go back to some of the ones that I've had on here and see if there's any that I've missed. Gaz, I've answered yours. Steve, I've done most of yours. Tax on by traveling there. COVID, I've done. Other rewards. The one I can say is if you sign up at Resorts World, you'll get $25 free play there straight away. I've not checked if I've received any comps from there. Speaking to Lee and Anna, they say they got comps on not much spend as well. They matched me from Gold MGM to their middle, so they have 5 tiers, exactly the same as MGM at Resorts World, and they put you bang in the middle on that. So it's pretty much what you call it there, a total mix. Steve Ali asked me about taxis. So I'll be honest, I've always used Uber most of the time. I do use Lyft every now and again, and I will check it and I'll see which is cheapest. However, I have noticed recently is the prices on Ubers and that have gone up. And that's I did know. I was going down to Planet Hollywood to meet Danny and Matt, and I looked in the app, and I think it was going to cost me $20 to get from, where was I at the time? I think I was at Mandalay Bay, and it was going to cost me $20 to get down to Planet Hollywood. And I thought, you know what? I think that's going to be cheaper in a taxi, and it was. It was only, I think I only paid $15 plus tip. And on the app, like I say, it was over $20. So do play it by ear on the taxis and things like that. Obviously, it's fixed fees if you're coming from the airport now to the Strip. I'd always get an Uber if I was going to airport downtown straight away. I think I'd always get an Uber just in case. But sometimes I'd look at it. Most people know how much it's going to cost, and you kind of know after a while what's a cheap rate on Uber going from, I don't know, Delano all the way up to Bellagio or something like that. But I didn't use taxis that much this time. I think I had two, maybe. I had a taxi up to Resorts World and back, and I think I had a taxi to Planet Hollywood because I wanted to get there as quick as I can because Matt and Danny were waiting for me. Other than that, I think I walked everywhere other than from the airport. And then Danny was kind enough to give me a lift back to the airport, which was really nice. Thank you. For the Vegas fun from Vegas Raider. I really enjoy your last one. I'm fairly new to the Vegas gambling scene. I've been a few times, but to be honest, I always forget my reward card in the machine. Always recommend that you do that, unless the only caveat to say that is if I think I'm only going to put a little bit in on the last morning. It's a bit different now. Our flights to the UK, all of them pretty much evening now. But if I was on an early flight, say at 1 o'clock, I might not put my card in that morning just so it doesn't kill my comps. Do M Life ultimately give you free play? So yeah, on your offer, your free play will be there of what they're going to offer you. You won't get, not like your resort credit where you check in, it's on there. You have to go to the MGM. I keep saying M Life, by the way. I've got to get over that. The MGM rewards desk. You have to go to the rewards desk and they'll put it on. So this trip I had 150, but they upped that when I went to the rewards desk. Didn't even ask for it. They upped it to 225. So, and I think she mentioned something about midweek because I was checking in midweek. That's why they put an extra 75 on there. So yeah, you need to go to there, and then it's just literally enter your PIN and everything at the machine you want to play it on. I used my free play in MGM Grand this year, this time, even though I was in Luxor. As you can see, didn't hit a thing. Absolutely shocking run, but happens sometimes. That's slots for you. That's one thing. That is one thing I noticed this trip more. I was literally like this the whole time, pretty much. There was one night where I was $600 down. I was like flipping it, but always seem to do a regain. Always managed to get a regain in. Like I said, put that 225 through at $5 a spin on the Dragon Link in MGM Grand. Walked across. I think I took out 59.81 or something, or 50.81 or something like that. I had 81 cents. So what I always do, I know a lot of people have mentioned about the change. They don't give change out. I'll be honest. What I do now is with them, because I don't like carrying change, I'll take that ticket. I'll put that ticket into a Lightning Link or a Dragon Link, and I'll just press for the lucky dragons, the lucky winner dragon thing, and the lucky winner on Lightning Link. Did that on that Dragon Link that day and walked away with, I can't remember how much it was now, but it was in the hundreds. I think it was $300 or something like that. And I was there for a good hour as well, where I got a lucky dragon, spun, got the bonus straight away. So that's what I recommend people do with their tickets when they're below $1 and you don't get paid out. Do you always have something that you need to ask for? Yeah, sometimes I hear people say they get their resort fees waived because of their gambling spend. That is true. I'd always ask at the end of your trip, the day you're checking out, or not the night before, depending on what time you're checking out the next morning for when the hosts come on. Always ask, can you do anything with my bill and look at my play, please? I've had it before where they've taken it off, and I've had it when they've not taken it off. They didn't take anything off these last two trips, but to be honest with you, can't whinge when you're getting what $475 anyway, plus a room for free. But yeah, always ask. And you need to go to the desk for that. You'll look with at the end of your trip. Ask at the me and Mr. Go, we go to take about $600. We're going to yeah. Me and Steph play together. So our accounts are joint. I know a lot of people that don't do them joint, and they'll have their own gambling budgets. Me and Steph do is joint, and we just put them on the cards and that. Last one from on here before I go back to the chat. From Casey at Wall Street to Vegas. Great bloke. Met up with Casey on the first night. We propped up the bar for a few hours, for probably about 7 or 8 beers first night. Really good to see you again, Casey. And I saw him again in December. He said, if you had your dream trip planned, what hotel casinos do you stay at, and in what order? Do you start down trip and move to the strip to finish? I always want to finish on the strip, I'll be blatantly honest. I always, I've always stayed downtown twice, and both times I've finished on the strip. I love downtown, by the way. Downtown Grand is one of my favourite hotels. I like Circa, but I might try and stay at Circa October next year, and that. But going on to that, my dream trip, I've never stayed at the Bellagio. I intend on potentially staying there this trip in October because I've never stayed there. I'd love a fountain room. I'd love to stay at the Cosmo in one of them wraparound suites because they look amazing. I can't remember whose video I was watching. In fact, was it Matt? Was it Matt with Diane? I think she met her, and I saw, and that room was amazing. To have something like that, yeah, I'd love to stay at them. So yeah, that'd be my Bellagio. I think that's one place you've got to do with a fountain view. Get a nice suite up there, or even a room with just something with a fountain view, and then same with Cosmo, something with a fountain view and that. And then downtown, I'd stay downtown in between. I'd stay at the Downtown Grand because I love it there. However, I'm a bit like that with Circa, getting that stadium swim view. I won't mind that. Yeah, that's where I'll go with that one. So I'll go back to the chat. I do apologise. I might have to do a bit of scrolling. A group Vegas meet in London would be cool. Yeah, we meet, Laura. We meet up a couple of times in London and other places. Yeah. We just get on really well, all four of us. Yeah, we really enjoy each other. Great bunch of guys, and that. Christian, all right, guys. Lad, I hope you're well, buddy. Yeah, I'm good, Christian. Hope you're well, pal. Steve mentioned Matt at Circa for 25 match play. Also works with Brian Christopher. Never tried that. Never won a thing in Circa either, by the way. But yeah, I'll try that. See if he hears, mate. Rodale, Laura not in London. Meet up in Vegas. Yeah, honestly, that trip in December, Rob, COVID testing. Ben's whole office seemed to get COVID at one point, and I'd had COVID 2 weeks. 2 weeks before we fly, I came out of recovery. I came out of recovery on my birthday on 30th of November, and we were flying on the 13th. So I had COVID 2 weeks before, and even then, I was still flapping, thinking, "Oh God." Luckily, I had a recovery letter. Steph had a recovery letter. Obviously, Matt still had to do his test. Stephen Ness still had to do the test. So I was like, fingers crossed we all made it. And luckily we all did it. And George said that was the best trip. That was amazing, that trip. Really, really enjoyed it. Best trip so far. Even Steph said that was the best trip so far as well. Simon Pratt, did you get a good price on your Virgin flight? As I've noticed that flights have gone stupid at present. It cost me also $900 in economy and I don't fly till July. Simon, I'll be honest, yeah, the flights have gone through the roof. Don't get me wrong, it was COVID. It was 2 months into COVID when I first booked my flight for when I got back off tour. And I paid £760 to go out economy, come back premium for me and Steph. Now, you can't get a flight direct for less than £700. I haven't seen one for less than £700, really. They're all, I think when I've been looking at October, I'm looking at $720 each for us to fly. They've gone through. This trip, I was lucky. So I had enough air. Well, I had 42,000 air miles. Steph had 20 odd. I paid 90 quid to transfer 10,000 across. And then it cost me £288 in taxes. So it still worked out fairly cheap. And what I do recommend anyone that's in the UK, and I've noticed it, this month I've had my first statement through. I've got a Virgin credit card now. I mucked up. I didn't click on the £160 a year annual fee one. I clicked on the other one. When I rung them up and said, look, I've made a mistake. I've clicked on the wrong one. Can we swap it over to the 160? I'll pay the 160 now. They said I'd have to close the account and everything like that. But if you can get a credit, if you get one of the airlines credit cards, I've got 17,500 points this month. And all I do is everything goes on that credit card. And then all I do is I take it out of my current account, put it into my savings account. Every time I use that card, I check how much I've used on my credit card that day and transfer it across to the savings account. And then it's all sat there ready for me to pay my bill at the end of the month. That's the way I do it. Also, for Virgin, use Shop Away, use Virgin Red, and that you get points. I buy Steph some flowers for 35 quid. I'm in the good books with Steph because I brought some flowers. I'm also getting about 300 points off Apple Yard for buying Steph some flowers. There's all sorts on there. Booking.com. I book a hotel when I stay in London on Booking.com. I get points there, and it's like Booking.com could be anything up to 18 points for a pound. And when you're paying when you're paying nearly £200 for a hotel and that, it works out really good. I really, really do recommend getting that. Same if you're going BA. I know some people prefer BA. I think they're Avios, aren't they? Get an Avios card if you can get one, and look at their shop plans and where you can get points if you use a link. So basically, all it is a link on. So I'm guessing Avios is the same as Virgin. You go on Shop Away. Excuse me. You scroll down, click on say Booking.com, click, and it'll take you to the Booking.com site, and then you can use that to build up your air miles quicker. Because I found that a lot easier. One thing I do say, if you use your air miles for a flight, you don't get air miles rewarded for that flight. Like premium, you usually get about 7,000 to go to Vegas. I think it's about 5,500 in economy. You won't get any of them. So just be aware of that. So yeah, they have gone through the roof, Simon. You're totally right. Okay, guys, how much you top for drink tips? I guess that's what I was supposed to say for drinks while you're gambling. So at the bar, if I'm at a bar, I'll see what the service is like. I'll be blatantly honest, and then I'll judge it accordingly off that. Anything between $5 and $20, depending on how long I've sat there, how many drinks he's given me, and stuff like that. At the machines, I usually tip between 5 and 10 first. If I know I'm going to be sat in that area for a good hour or two, I'll tip $10. If I know I might only be sat there for half an hour or so, I'll tip $5, and then usually $2 every drink after that. Is what I usually do. If it's me and Steph, $5, yeah, all the time, because they're bringing me 2 drinks. So, who can complain at $5 for 2 drinks? Especially if you're in somewhere like Cosmo, for example, where they're bringing you cocktails, or you've gone into Caesars and asked for I don't know. I'm trying to think now. What's the drink you're always having there? Can't think now. But if you're having a cocktail and you know it's going to take that waitress a bit quicker than just picking a Budweiser up out of the fridge, then I'll usually tip a bit more there, to be honest with you. I always think if they're going their extra mile, if they're coming back to you, I'll tip more all the time. In the D, mentioning not leaving Las Vegas for 25. Didn't know that, Rob. I didn't know if you mentioned Richard. You get one in there. Have you, Steve and Matt, thought of doing a meet and greet in UK? In what sense, Steve? So we obviously get together all the time. I don't mind it in Vegas. Over here, I'll be honest. For me, I ain't got enough people. I'll be honest with me, and I wouldn't like a massive. Like I remember when I went up to the Vegas Club thing in Leeds, and there was hundreds of people there. And I'll be honest, that would have been a bit too much for me, because I'd be very much worried about not talking or not giving people enough time. If they've come up there to see us or something like that, I'd feel really bad if I didn't speak to them. Meeting, I've not really thought about it, to be honest with you, Stephen. I really haven't. Maybe it is something in the future. We'll have to see. By all means, if you ever see us if you see me and Steph in Vegas or in London or in a casino or anything like that, please say hello. I'll always talk to you. As you can see, I like to talk. I'm a Yorkshireman. And that. So yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you, Steve. So we find ourselves using taxis more this trip. We are usually 100% lit, but taxis seem quicker just to go. That's true as well. I did some of the waiting times. I know when I was up at Resorts World, it was quite a big waiting time, and that. But yeah, it was just the cost. You can usually judge. You usually use how much you average pay to go from one hotel to another. But this time it seemed high at times, and that's why I got a taxi. Do you always tip the 20% for meals if the service question? I'm just curious. I do, but sometimes I'm not sure I should. From David. So yeah, majority of the time, yeah, I'm usually about 18 to I. So I think, but I have noticed that some places have upped them. I think I ate somewhere this trip and it went 15, 20, 25. And I went 20 because I remember when it used to go 12, 15, 18, 20 and stuff like that, just because it's easy to work out. Yeah, you've got to be a really, really bad service for me not to hit that 20%. To be honest, I'm usually between the 18 and 20%, depending on what's on the ticket and that. But yeah, your service has got to be pretty dire for me not to tip around that area. To be honest with you, because I know it's different here. It's different. I will never tip unless it's good service in the UK because it's not our, I won't say custom, but you know what I mean, that side of things. But I have noticed there was a place in London in Leicester Square. I went to an Italian there, and they put it on there before I'd even paid the bill, and the service was shocking. So I told them to take it off. I was like, no, I'll tip you how much you think you deserve to be tipped when it's in the UK. But in America, yeah, I usually tip the 20%, Dave. I'm planning to stay for another extra day, but I don't know if Planet Owl can grant me an extra day, a free room if I gamble for my 5 days with her. Just ask Amanda. I know MGM are quite rigid on their 4 days, unless you've got a host. I know Danny asked to stay for a 5th day, and he was told no. They couldn't do anything, but you don't get anything unless you ask Amanda. My free play tour won me 370 on Little Shop of Horrors in Bellagio. Does happen. Yeah, it does, Laurie. You're right. Plaza has nice rooms. Yeah, Plaza does have nice rooms. I've seen Matt's room reviews of there. I've never personally stayed there. But yeah, I've seen they've had nice. Had the spa suite in Bellagio, was amazing. Oh yeah, Steph. So the thing I have when I book rooms as well, the first thing Steph looks for is a bath. Our bath here, I'm in a military quarter, and it's shallow. I bet our bath is no more than that. It's really, really shallow, and we've got a thermostat underneath. Even though I've turned it all the way, because they expect loads of kids in these quarters and that there's a thermostat on the bath, so you can't get a really hot bath. So Steph kind of swears by a bath every time we go there. So I need to. Is your shirt a team shirt? Yeah, it is, Teresa. Sheffield United, love the team. Playoffs this year. Hope it's been the Premier League again next season. Not holding my luck. We've never won in the playoffs. We've always done it automatic. So we'll see how it goes. Fuel prices are high there. Yeah, Teresa, they are at the moment. Luckily, I've got an electric car, so it's a bit cheaper for me. But yeah, I don't feel it too much. Steph does. Steph's a Uber Eats delivery driver, so she feels a pinch a bit, but I'm quite lucky to actually. The army pay for my fuel anyway to go to and from work, so it's only when I go to football, and even then they give me mileage, so it's not too bad for me, to be honest with you. I'm very, very lucky. Hey, Gaz, I want to get that shirt for me and Matt. Oh, 100%. I'm up for that. If you can get Matt in this shirt, I'll be really impressed. We'll have to speak to him and ask him. We should say, if Sheffield Wednesday go, will you wear a Sheffield United shirt for a day? See what he says. Side, cheers for the buddy. Yeah, cheers. Honestly, the response I had this trip was amazing. I went up like 350 subscribers, and the amount of watch hours I had was brilliant. Yeah, I really enjoy making them, to be honest with you. I always said if it ever got in the way of my trip or it was a hindrance or something like that, I wouldn't do it. And I've never got to that stage yet, to be honest with you. I quite enjoy it, doing it. And especially this trip, to be honest with you. There's one thing I can say, Laura, if you're still there, it helped me talking to the camera and things like that when I was on my own. So I was always chatting. Your shirt is a nice merch to sell, as you were known wearing always on your Vogue. Yeah, I take this shirt with me all the time, so I'll wear it at least once a day while I'm out there. Yeah, wherever I go in the world, I always take my Sheffield United shirt. If I go on exercise, an operation, something like that, I always take my Sheffield United flag with me. Sits in the back of my vehicle and that. So yeah, Sheffield United proud of me. When you played Buffalo at the bar in your latest vlog, did you pay for all of the buds or did you just tip as you got them comped? I tipped the barman at the end when I left the bar. Like I said, I was there 3 hours. I think, I'll be honest, I was steaming by then. I was knackered. I can't remember if it was 15 or 20. I tipped him, but I was sat there for 3 hours. I can't remember exactly how much I tipped him. It was $15 or $20. I was steaming. To be honest, yeah. Fine video poker is best for free play. I had $100 from my Vegas out, $100. I haven't really played video poker that much. I did sit at the bar in. I can't remember now. I did sit at a bar and play it this trip video poker, but I can't remember which bar it was. I want to say either Excalibur or Luxor, actually, but I can't remember which. I think it might be. It was one of those two. So I do play a little bit of video poker, and best for free play. Oh yeah, you're trying to best to use your free play on that. Got there. Robert, thanks for John Lundstrom. Yeah, I know he scored a goal for you the other night. He was brilliant for us for half a season, and then went off and decided he didn't want to stay with us anymore. Which Vegas vloggers would you like to meet that you haven't yet? I'd love to meet Diane. Never met Diane. Born to Vegas, I'd like to meet them. I like the way they do their vlogs. I love it. I can't remember their names off the top of my head now, and I do apologise for that. I love it how she gives him the daggers and rolls her eyes at him all the time. Is it Haley? I want to say Haley. I might be totally wrong. Who else? I used to like, well, Steph still does. Steph used to like watching Lady Luck HQ. I don't like it as much now because I can't get with the gambling. It's too high for me, and I like to watch people that low roll. Don't get me wrong, I like it every now and again, but yeah, it'd be nice to meet them because we've watched them for so long, and that. But yeah, that's probably the ones that I'd like to meet. Chris, here, you're right. Hi guys, great vlogs, pal. Love the honesty and freshness of the vlogs. Yeah, I'll always be honest. Probably too much sometimes. Like I say, I gave Luxor a lot of jip. I do need to put my room view up. Actually, I will put that up either tonight or tomorrow. Actually, but yeah, like I say, I'll always be open and honest because people ask me, "Oh, how do you afford it? How do you do this?" And the way I describe it is like Tesco Club Card is for the Club Card or the MGM things and that. And you've got to be honest with people. Like, I'm always honest with my budget. I've got nothing to hide on my budget at all. I'll always tell people what I gamble because it's easy to show wins and that, and not show the losses and that. So I'll always be honest. I always do an end of day of how much I gamble and that. This QA, when's the best trip? This QA. What do you mean there, Chris? When's the best trip, mate? Oh, is you know about seasons? If you're on about timings, we like to go in February. Like I said before, we do like February, but I think we're going to change it up. We're going October. We're likely then to go April, and then we're likely to go. So it's our 20-year anniversary next October. We plan on renewing our vows in Vegas for 20 years next October, as in 2023. So we might just do the April-October one for a bit because August was too hot for Steph. She likes the pool. Steph would sit by a pool all day. I get bored. We're going to Menorca in June, and I'm taking 3 books with me because I can't sit by a pool. I can't sit still. I swear I've got ADHD. My son has ADHD, so I know what it's like, by the way. So that's not me just pulling that on my backside. Vegas, Shaft and Angie, really enjoyed the vlogs. Gaz seems like a great guy. You like the solo trip as much as a couple trip. Did I like it as much? Yeah. Me and Steph are quite tight to the hip. The lads might tell you that anyway. If we meet in London, 9 times out of 10, Steph's with me. We're quite close in that. We spend so much time with my work being away 6 months at a time, and that we do a hell of a lot together. But did I enjoy it anymore? It's probably on par, to be honest with you. Probably, yeah, on par. I've got to be careful what I say. Steph will kill me. She says, "Oh yeah, I preferred a solo trip." I didn't prefer it, definitely 100%. However, yeah, I think a couple trip for me, but quite happily to go solo. I'd quite happily go again. Do you watch the Coin Show, Nicky Firmage? I do watch Nicky every now and again. Coin Show, I have watched their vlogs. Steph likes their vlogs and that. So, yeah, we do watch those. Sorry, I pressed the button earlier. Yeah, you answered what I meant, mate. Yeah, just here. I think we've got one more on here, and then I think we're done because we're just over an hour. I only intended on doing an hour anyway. I guess we could. So Benjo asked me, he says, would like to know more about what the Brits think of Vegas, more than just the slots. What are some of the cultural and city specifics, differences, positive and negative? If you take the slots away, I'll be honest, I still love Vegas. I remember the first time I went to Vegas, I got off the flight and we were staying at Tropicana because we booked a Virgin holiday the first time we went. And I remember getting off that flight and I said, Steph, come on, let's go and walk the strip. But I think by the time we checked in, it was like 7:00 at night. I said, let's go and walk the strip. And I made a walk all the way from Tropicana down the right-hand side, so MGM Grand side, all the way down the strip. I knew nothing different. All the way down. Because, Bellagio, we've all done it, haven't we? Oh, it's only over there. We'll be fine. And walked all the way down to Bellagio, and she killed me for it. But I was in awe. I'll be honest, I was in absolute awe from minute one. I thought the buildings were amazing. The hotels, just the grandeur of Vegas was amazing. I like the atmosphere in most of the casinos. It's like, I'll be honest, it's shocking. It's into the sense that 20 is what they're legally allowed to hold. I think they told me, and they'll have loads of games on one. It's just nothing can touch it. We went to Empire a lot during COVID, and it can't touch Vegas. It can't touch Vegas. It really can't. Excuse me. I'm drinking loads of water. I've done a litre since we've been here nearly. Going on to the other cultural side, big differences are we don't tip, obviously, as I said there. But I suppose I'm in a little bubble. The only place I've ever been to in America is Las Vegas. I've never been anywhere else. So to go into the cultural side of things and do that, let's be honest, Vegas is a bubble. Even when you go downtown, it's downtown. It's got its own vibe and things like that. And I love downtown. But I don't think going into cultural differences between America and the UK, I can't really say too much because I've not experienced it. I know Canada really well because I've been there loads of times on exercise and things like that. But yeah, I can't really talk too much. I just love Vegas. Fell in love with it. People go up to me, why do you go every time? Why do you go every time? Because have you ever been? No. Go and find out. You've got to go once. I always say to everyone, you've got to go once and then make a decision off the back of that. Our mate Sam, they went, her and their other half, and they, they loved it, and they're going back again. They've just booked another one. I very much see Vegas as just amazing, to be honest with you. And I think everyone on here thinks the same. If you ever get a chance, go to Laughlin. Me and Steph keep saying this, to be honest with you, Dave. We keep saying we need to go Grand Canyon. I've never been Grand Canyon or anything like that. We've never left Vegas. And at some point, we're going to have to get a car and just drive somewhere. And yeah, it's definitely something we go. Christian Warren, keep it a great vote, pal, and hope to see you in Vegas soon. All the best, pal. Yeah, definitely, Christian. Hopefully do too. So if there's no more questions on the chat, I've gone through all the questions on here. We've gone on for over an hour now, and I'll be honest, I was only expecting it to be, I definitely thought it'd be less than an hour. So, guys, thank you for all the questions. If you've ever got any questions, because we might have some people, I'll be honest, I put this on my personal Facebook. I don't usually put stuff on my personal Facebook as such, as in I don't put my vlogs on there or anything like that. So if anyone's got any questions who doesn't normally go to Vegas about what to do and that, just give me a shout. How much budget do you have per day for gambling? Usually about 600-700, Amanda. Anything between 5 and 7, to be honest with you. This trip, I was on 500, but managed to get enough for the last day where I had 700 because I've done so well. So, yeah. So, I'll end it there, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking my videos and everything like that. It really is much appreciated. I do enjoy doing this. And it's so good to get the positive feedback on it. Yeah, I'll see you later, Kev. You take care of yourself. Christine, I'll take care of yourself. Thank you very much, guys. Take care of yourself. Have a good week. And hopefully I'll get to see you all in Vegas at some point soon. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.